can I practice harm reduction by myself? It's a difficult thing to do, to quit alone. Addiction is an illness of isolation, whereas recovery is about being connected with other people. And it's a strong urge that people want to just take care of themselves. It's unfortunate that in our society nowadays we tend to be very isolated. Even on the internet, that's not enough. We need connection to be physically present with other people. It's most conducive to good mental health and recovery. So I would say it's best not to engage in a program simply by yourself. It's better to be involved in the community, whether it's with self-help groups like 12 Steps or harm reduction things like rational recovery or smart recovery. The idea is that we're connected with other people. We are social animals. We need to be with other people to talk about things. When we're speaking about our problems, it tends to remove the drama from it, and we're able to think a little more rationally, as opposed to the squirrels that run around in our heads, particularly at night. So harm reduction does imply, minimizing a person's drug use or alcohol intake. It implies things like self-discipline, self-control, which is very hard to do. A person could have all the right motives in the beginning, but when they start using, it sort of disinhibits them and they lose interest in those original thoughts that they had of controlling their use. But the idea would be, in the ideal world, is to have control over how much intake you are having. That is at the very basis of harm reduction. Moderating our intake is another word for it. So that can be done by yourself, but really the treatment over the long term to sustain this is to learn the tools necessary for an enduring recovery. And that's been discussed in many other questions that I've answered, but just very briefly, this involves cognitive therapy, being aware of myself, being aware of the stress and emotions that I'm going through, learning to speak to others when I'm going through a tough time, getting out of myself, maybe journaling a little bit, prayer, meditation, mindfulness, recreation. Those are the things that really can help, whether a person is doing complete abstinence or harm reduction, but it's learning how to cope with life on life's terms and being able to manage with your stress. So to answer the question again, yes, a person can practice harm reduction by themselves. However, it's very difficult, very unlikely they'll have an enduring, solid recovery if there's continue to be isolated. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comments box below. Thank you.